Hey, family. Hope everybody's having a nice Resurrection Sunday. If you celebrate, if you don't, happy Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, happy Sunday. um, if you don't like Sundays, just happy day. But no, I want to jump on here real quick. I don't know why I always get these moments of inspiration when it's time to do my homework, but one of the things you'll hear me, just getting right into it, one of the things you'll hear me say, or you'll see me, write in my posts a lot, is that I see a lot, but I don't say a lot. I'm a people watcher. I'm an observant person, and lately, just in my observation of the people in my sphere of influence, I've been noticing this cohort of sorts, very broken. And I'm going to say women, not that men are not subject to what I'm about to say, because they are. It's just that I mostly hang out with women. So I'm going to address the women. But if you know a man that this is applicable to, fine. You know what I mean? But I've just been looking at this cohort of broken women who desire companionship, put themselves in positions to have their heart broken all over again. Obviously we date, we put ourselves out there, we're trying to, find that person we're compatible with, and, all that's good. You can't find somebody if you ain't trying, you know what I mean? So that's good, but there's also a line, because a man is telling you rather explicitly, like, just, I don't want you, or he is skating around the idea. He's being avoidant. Like, he's implying that he doesn't have time for you. He's not interested. He's too busy. Doesn't want to give you his number. All that stuff. Like, y'all, let it go. Please let it go. I've seen this so many times over the past couple months, and I'm like, y'all, we got to stop this. And I'm not saying this out of judgment, because I'm actually about to share my story and what happened, but I'm saying this because I know what I went through in getting involved in something like that. And I know what it took for me to heal from something like that. And it took years, not days, not an hour, not moments. It took years for me to get past this situation. And I'm just telling you up front, it's not worth it. It's like what Medea said, look like a duck, talk like a duck, walk like a duck. Aflac, y'all, it's a duck. Let it go. They don't have to write it on a banner and fly it across the sky for you to get it. Listen to what they're telling you. Again, whether it's explicit or implied, you know what I mean? Because it's just not worth it to get involved. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. So here's what happened to me. So, and most of y'all know I grew up in church, don't have sex outside of marriage, running my mouth. And I'm not saying, because that's what the Bible says. So I'm not going to say that I don't believe it. But the problem was, I thought I was above making that decision, and I wasn't. And in a period of like brokenness in my life, I'm dealing with family issues. My friends are like, like key friendships were starting to like sever. I'm like feeling lonely, you know what I mean? People getting married, and, just relationships changing, and just family stuff going on. I was just, in my feelings, just feeling some kind of way. And this guy comes along. We actually met because I found his wallet on the ground, and I took it to his house. And he was just so taken aback by the fact that the money was still in it, because I'm not a thief. I'm not going to steal your money. And so that's how our situation or relationship started. But it's like from the gate, I knew, like God was like, this ain't it, Ash. This ain't it. You don't want to get involved in that. Don't do it. Nope. Don't do it. Then he even said, he was like, I'm not a good dude. I'm just not in the space right now to be what you think you want me to be. So maybe down the line, when I had a chance to get my life together, we could try. But I'm not a good dude. Like, this is his words to me, like this dude. And I'm gonna tell you how deep this really was. Now, some of y'all gonna think I'm crazy, and that's okay, because I don't care, because this is what actually happened. But we're sitting on the couch one night, in my apartment. Actually, I lived in Whitney Avenue, in Wilkinsburg, and 747 Whitney Avenue, apartment 2, and sitting upstairs on the couch. And it's the middle of the night. And he goes, actually, it wasn't him. It was a spirit. I kid you not, it manifested. It was like, I am here to ruin your life. I kid you not. Those were the words. I am here to ruin your life. I am as serious as a heart attack. That thing said to me through this man, I am here to ruin your life. Look at my face. I'm not cracking a smile, nothing. This is what it said to me. Now, me being a goofball, because we got so much education. We don't have no wisdom, no understanding, like we all in the textbooks with, just everything else though is like gone. Oh, don't self-deprecate. Don't talk about yourself like that. What do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, no, like, I'm sure you're not that bad. Like, if God is telling you, he's telling you, and the devil is literally telling you, sis, what do you think they're telling you? Like, it reminds me of the Bible where it was like, I put before you life and death, choose life. And I used to always wonder, like, God, why did you have to tell us to choose life? Because we idiots, y'all. Like, for us to be the most intelligent creatures on this planet, y'all, we are the dumbest things walking this earth. And it's like, so it's like, I put before you life. Here's the biggest hit. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you the answer. Choose life. And what do? I'm going to see for myself. And long story short, it was a number of years of a very toxic situation, where this man and whatever this thing was that he carried did its absolute best to destroy my life. My emotional well-being deteriorated, my mental health deteriorated, even my walk of faith. While I always still showed up, you know what I mean? Because I can never turn my back on God. It's like, even though I showed up, that's what I was talking about the other day, like just feeling like I had ruined my own life. You know what I mean? Like I knew better. Like I was a preachy one in high school. I told everybody not to do this. And here I go, doing the very thing that I spoke against. And that's why I was saying in the other video, like I was a hypocrite. I did this stuff on purpose. It wasn't a mistake. It was not a mistake. It was a conscious decision to get involved in this relationship. And it ended up doing everything it could to ruin me and to break me. And it was so bad because my neighbor, Miss Sandy, she lived underneath me. She was a domestic violence survivor. And I remember one time, I don't know I guess we had an argument or something, me and this guy. And it was like, I just broke. And it was almost like one of the movies, like where the girl was like crying so hard and she like throws herself against the wall. She like slides down. Like I legit had one of those movies. I mean, one of those moments. Like it probably could have been in a movie. It was that dramatic. But it was like, she was knocking on the door trying to check on me because she thought I was getting physically abused. Like that's how loud I was crying out. I mean, there was days, like I think it was that same Sunday, because I had on a black dress with like white palm like leaves and stuff on it, black trim. And I got into a lift to go to church, and it was an older African-American gentleman. Like, I mean, I'm just so broken. And like, he gives me a white hat with a Stiller logo on it so that I could cry into that hat. Like, that's how bad that was. You know what I mean? And, so it did everything that it could to take me back. You know what I mean? And so, it took me years just to finally get done with it. But it was funny because like we're in Bible study. Me and a group of friends were reading through the Bible in a year. And we get to Numbers chapter 11, and the people of Israel, nation of Israel, they've been freed from Egyptian captivity, and they're complaining to Moses that they don't have any meat to eat, M-E-A-T. They don't have any meat to eat. And they're like, at least when we were in Egypt, we had meat. And like these people were saying, like, we would rather be in captivity where we can have meat, opposed to walking in the freedom that God has, given to us and relying on him to be our source, for whatever it is that we need. And, it made me think about this relationship because in that chapter, he goes, listen, I'm going to give y'all meat. Matter of fact, y'all going to eat meat for an entire month. Y'all going to eat so much meat, it's going to come out of y'all ears. Y'all going to eat so much meat, y'all going to get sick of it, right? And it's like, that was my relationship with this dude because I promise you, I was praying this man would change and be my husband. And I'm going to love him and to, be into a better person and blah, 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 blah. And God is like, this is not what I want for you. I even had a mentor, a pastor. She was trying to like coach me out of this. And I would listen sometime, but then I would just go right back to doing the goofy stuff. And, God's like, all right, I'm going to give you this man so much you get sick of him. I'm going to let you have him. I'm going to listen, everything you think you want, I'm going to let you have access to it. And it got to the point that when I finally got done with him, like done, he wasn't done with me. Dude was blowing me up from 15 different numbers. Like literally, I still got some of them saved in my phone now. I had to block him from so many different numbers. He was finding people on social media that he knew me, trying to get to me that way. I blocked him on all social media. I had to delete my WhatsApp, my Google Duo. Like I had to change my phone number. And I told one of my friends, I said, I promise you, he's going to show up at my house if I keep blocking him. I ended up buying cameras and putting them around my house. And lo and behold, old boy was like sneaking around my house all hours of the night, like losing it. And it's like, I had to file a PFA against him. I called the cops, had to file a PFA. Like my friend BJ was here. Like she could tell you, it was crazy. And, again, like you want them, here you go. And I'm like, well, God, I don't want them no more. Well, this is what you pray for. And I'm trying to tell you, this ain't what you want, and, and so it was just one of those things where it's like, we think we know what we want, or even if we know that it's not the best situation for us, it's like, we're willing to compromise the best of who we are to get something temporary that's not even truly satisfying, but just to say that we have something or someone, you know what I mean? And it's really not worth all that you have to go through. And I remember, because even in my last relationship, which, and I had to go back and apologize to him, is because I was turning into the man that hurt me. I was so broken, so bitter, so angry, so mistrustful, like just all over the place, didn't know what I wanted. Like I just wasn't myself. And that was starting to affect how I treated this person. And I just remember like God was asking me, he said, is this worth your purpose? The way you're living right now, is this worth the things that I called you to? You know what I mean? Like, are you willing to sacrifice your purpose on the altar of somebody else's bed sheets? And y'all, that broke me. Like, I ain't never been broken, even more broken than that slide down the wall. Like that thing broke me. You know what I mean? And to me, the answer is no. Ain't no man, ain't no, it's because it don't last as long as you think. Ain't no 5 minutes in there worth, all the things that God has called me to. My life is too big. You know what I mean? My purpose is too big. I have way too much to do. You know what I mean? For sex to have become the priority, for this false like sense of security in this horrible relationship. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't worth, the trade-off just wasn't worth it. And so I say all that to say, let it go. If he's saying he's not a good person, he's saying he's not interested, he's saying he don't want you, don't do it. And I'm not suggesting like, in this situation that I was in, he was absolutely responsible for the things that he did to me. He was. But I was responsible for opening up my home, opening up my body, opening up my soul for this man to come in and infiltrate the way that he did. I'm the only one who can protect me. I'm the only one who can guard me. I'm the only one who can do right by this purpose that I've been given. It's nobody else's responsibility but my own, until God sends the man that he wants for me to help to steward those things. But until then, that's my job. So it's like, if he's telling me I'm not a good person, God is telling me this ain't the relationship for you. Hell, even the devil was like, bro, I'm going to ruin your life. Like literally heaven and hell testified that this was not the one. And I still, I'm going to see for myself. No, let it go. Let it go. There's almost 8 billion people on this planet. That ain't the only person you gonna like. They're not obligated to like you back. They don't owe you anything. You can't put expectations on them. They're not responsible for healing what your ex did or what your family members did or what mama didn't give you or daddy didn't give you. It's not their job. It's not their job. You got to walk through that process. You got to, whatever you believe in, y'all know I believe in Jesus. So I'm going to say, you got to go to Jesus. You got to get your healing. You got to get your deliverance. You got to at least be in the process of working through those things before you get into a relationship and expect this other person to fix what you're not even willing to confront. It's not on them to do it. It's on you to do it. You know what I mean? And again, you may not be responsible for what they did, but you are responsible for your choices, and you're responsible for how you deal with the consequences following those choices. You know what I mean? So Ladies, seriously, there is too much at stake in your lives to just keep throwing yourself at a man who don't want you. And again, men are subject to this too. If there's a woman that's giving you the same energy, let it go, bro. It's really not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let it go. Let it go. I'm telling you this because I care. Let it go. I'm tired of seeing these women. It's desperation birthed out of brokenness. Let it go. Heal. 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 Go to therapy. Talk to, your mentors, your pastors, your leaders, whoever it is, your support network. Go to counseling. Deal with it. Deal with it. Stop expecting people to be for you what only you can be for yourself and only what God can be for you. Stop doing that. Let it go. They don't want you. They ain't interested. They avoiding you. Let it go. One more time for those in the back. Let it go. Because then when we get hurt, God, why did you let this happen? No, don't put that on God. That was not God's responsibility. He told you, he gave you everything you needed to walk away. It said where temptation is great, he provides a way of escape. That's the word. That's the Bible. You chose it because you thought you knew best, or you thought you could change somebody who you can't even change yourself for real. And then you want to try to change somebody else? No, let it go. In the words of Tony Braxton, just let go, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Let it go. It's not worth it, y'all. It is better to wait and to grow and to pursue your God-given purpose than just compromise and sacrifice, the best parts of you for somebody who's not worthy of you. You know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to share. I'm sorry this video is so long. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your Resurrection Sunday or the rest of your day whenever you find this video. But yeah, he's Aflac, y'all. Quack, quack. He's telling you, no, that's just what it is. Okay. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. He don't want you. Value yourself enough. Value your purpose enough. Value your emotions enough. Value your mental health enough. Value your soul enough to let it go. All right, y'all. Peace.